Hi everyone, it's Mitch from SportsChatPlace.com. It's Friday, September 23rd, 2011. Here with your free college football pick. Those of you that are premium members at SportsChatPlace.com, another college football winner. I had Cincinnati, and I said that I really love that one. So it's just been a great year for college football so far at SportsChatPlace.com Premium Edition. I'm 22-7 in my premium picks. Have picks locked and loaded for this weekend, and probably even be adding a few more. I have 5 in there for Saturday, and I see a few other games that I like. I might just put them in the extra picks. I might give some in the chat. I gave one in the newsletter that those of you that are subscribed to the newsletter should have already gotten. But I really like this week's card heading into next week's card, where it's primarily conference play. Things get a little things change. College football throws us a little bit of a curveball. Of course, I'll start posting my NFL picks later on today. I'll throw in some baseball as well. So lots of picks at SportsChatPlace.com Premium. A lot of the other handicappers, the world-class superstars of the handicapping world, already coming in with their picks for the weekend. I saw some NFL and some college football picks, but those guys have been locked and loaded every single week during football season. They only promise that they're going to give us one pick a week. That's one of their premium picks. It's not like a free pick. These are picks that they generally charge anywhere between $30 and $50 for one pick for, and they give us to us as part of to be part of the premium section. And so the value is ridiculous. But these guys take it another level. They usually give more than one pick. Some of the guys give 3, 5 picks in SportsChatPlace.com Premium each week. So if you're not a premium member, no better time than the present to join. Of course, it's SportsChatPlace.com, free picks and write-ups of every single game of every single sport every single day. Got a lot of sports going on right now, and things are starting to heat up. I saw NHL hockey exhibition actually going on already, so we'll be having we'll have full hockey coverage just like we always do. Without the NBA, at least temporarily, we're still going to be doing college football, NFL football. We'll have complete coverage of college basketball like we do each and every year at SportsChatPlace.com and SportsChatPlace.com Premium. So the international soccer, we got the MMA, you name it, we got it covered. You see a sport we don't have it covered, send me an email. We'll see what we can do. But anyways, let's get to tonight's football game, and here's my take on this one. This is a pretty tough game to call it. I know that Brigham Young was absolutely starched last week at home by Utah. The game was actually a little closer than the final score. I know that the game can't be closer than the score, because the score is the score. But let's just say it was more competitive on the field on a play-by-play basis than it was on the scoreboard. You look at like the halftime score and things like that, and once Utah started running downhill, as they say, it was tough to stop the snowball, and BYU had no chance of stopping it. They had a snowball's chance in hell, as they say, of stopping Utah once Utah got rolling. But this is a BYU team that's still growing. It's a BYU team that last year they had a really horrible start as well. I believe they were 1-6 to start the season, ended up going to a bowl game and winning their bowl game. On the other side of it, at Central Florida, this is a team that was a 6.5-point favorite last week at Florida International, lost the game outright. They lost by a touchdown, and when you look at the final score, there was a defensive score there by Florida International right before the half, where basically the Central Florida quarterback, Jeff Godfrey, handed the ball right to Florida International. They ran it in for a touchdown. And that was the difference in a very low-scoring game. I think when you have George O'Leary as your head coach, just like he was at Georgia Tech, you're going to have a lot of good defense, a lot of strategy. But what George O'Leary's done, he had a great recruiting class 2 years ago. He played a lot of those guys right away as freshmen. And now this year he has sophomores, which are still guys that don't have a ton of experience. They have more experience than most sophomores in the country. But they're still not a very experienced team, so they're going to make mistakes. But with George O'Leary, they're also going to be able to play defense. So the matchup in this game is BYU with their marginal quarterback, Jake Heaps, and that's really being not fair, but really giving him a little bit more credit than he actually deserves. Up against the Central Florida defense, you got to give Central Florida the matchup there. The thing that Heaps has going for him, though, is that massive offensive line, which is 315 pounds on the small side. So they have guys up 350 plus on this BYU offensive line. Can the youngsters at Central Florida stay up with that in the altitude at Provo? For 4 quarters of football? It's going to be a real test. I think what we have here is a low-scoring game, and this game is going to be strategy. You're going to see BYU try and not make Heaps throw the ball. You're going to see BYU try and run the ball with J.J. Luigi. You're going to see Central Florida, same thing. They usually just try and run the ball. The BYU run defense has been what's been suspect, so it's going to be up to the BYU defense if they can win this game or not. But what I do see is a lot of game on the ground. I see a lot of defense, a lot of defensive strategy, and this is one of the few games that we've seen this season where the over/under, the total, is set at a real number. Like last night, 59.5. Today, this game is set at 43. I still think that this is an under. Most of these Friday games go soaring over the total. I think this one is a little different. I think this one is an under, and I think it's based upon the poor QB play at BYU, and they're going to have to run the ball, or at least try and run the ball. And then of course that solid defense of Central Florida, and then their offense still prone to mistakes, and they're young. So this should be a good game for people like me who appreciate defense and who like lower scoring games. For those of you that are the fantasy football types that just like to see the scoreboard turning over touchdown after touchdown long games, probably not the game for you. If you bet the under on this one, it will be the game for you. Our free pick on this one, the under. This is Mitch from SportsChatPlace.com. Thanks for joining me. Be sure to check out all of our free sports picks, write-ups, in action each and every day at SportsChatPlace.com. And for my best bets, our staff's best bets, and picks from some of the top handicappers in the world today, SportsChatPlace.com Premium Edition. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'll see you in the Premium Members Forum.